Welcome to another edition of the Infinite Minute Knowledge, Opinion, and Vitality. After I finished my last video to you all, I decided to take a night walk. I was feeling pretty good. And I didn't tell you this in the last video, but this same night I encountered a friend who left a potato in a Wendy's bag at the place where we had met. I figured he would come back for it, but he did not. I found it, and the potato was still warm. I laughed out loud, got a kick out of this, thought of the jolliness of the man. I admire him. And anyway, I continued down the street. Now, before I continue with the rest of this story concerning the potato okay. Let me just say up front that you all, by and large, are impoverished. And that includes you people on Wall Street who are making, I don't care how much you're making. Suppose you're making, $50 million a year. That's probably more than most of you make and more than most of you will ever make. But suppose you make $50 million. Well, you're in poverty. And that is because you are wasting away your day doing absolutely nothing. You are sitting on your ass, clicking on numbers on your computer screen all fucking day. And your ass is accumulating fat. Now, the two ways that you burn this fat is by going to a bordello at the end of the day and thrusting your 6-inch penis into a $3,000 prostitute. The other way you burn fat off your ass is by going to the gym regularly and hopping on a treadmill or a Stairmaster, going and climbing, respectively, absolutely nowhere, gaining absolutely no experience of any sort of physical environment. You have nothing, you do nothing, and you live nowhere. Yet you are making $50,000 a year. You are telling yourself that you are not impoverished, and yet to me, it is utterly transparent that you are. Anyway, continuing on with the story, I'm carrying this warm potato, and it has some sour cream and butter along with it in the bag, as well as a napkin, though I do not need napkins when I eat. Anyway, it was in a bag, and I saw a group of people across the street. All black people, incidentally. We'll get to that later. I go across the street, and it is a parking lot where a bus is parked. Now, I have gotten the impression, and I will not go into how, that in my previous days I ascertained that it is likely that the people who hang around this parking lot depend on this bus somehow. And after tonight, I would probably imagine that the bus is kind of stripped inside. Perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, I don't think it can go anywhere either. Okay. Well, the gentleman who is nearest to me, I say to him, "Hey man, want a potato?" In the nicest way I could, the most street way I could. Combining the two, maybe if you live a life, you'll learn how to do that shit. Probably not though. Anyway, he said, oh boy, what did he say? Um, is you serious? And I said, sure. And he said, keep it moving, man. No, he said, just keep it moving, man. I said, keep it moving? Why? And he did not respond to the question except to say, just keep it moving, man. And the man did not look too threatening at the same time, which is contradictory to what you might just have suspected when I shared the language that the man used. He talks like a thug douchebag, but he has absolutely no testosterone either. So there's kind of a paradox there. But anyway, I noticed also that none of these black people that were doing something with this bus, and I'll get to that. They were not talking to themselves. They were not being social with any other one of them, whatever. They were not making merry in any way, shape, or form. They were not enjoying each other's company. Um, and I've got to tell you, okay, well, I just, kind of stood there, just absorbing the scene. I did not feel uncomfortable. I'm used to morbidity in my environment. So, but it's always unique, right? So I just kind of stood there and absorbed. Okay, well, anyway, I continued on my walk, and I'll key you in. I think that that group of individuals sleeps in the bus, especially considering some woman, one of the only women among them, made the remark that she was referring to me. He said, well, he's wearing flip-flops, so I guess he won't be joining us or getting in here with us. I think it was getting in here with us. Well, that implies to me that they exist in that bus in their sleeping hours. And it seems to me in their waking hours they don't go too far. Now, that is a little bit strange to me. I mean, human beings in general have an instinct. I mean, at least in the male gender. If you look at anthropological history, male human beings have an instinct to move, explore, use their legs. But none of these males seemed to possess that instinct. Very strange. I mean, suppose this just went on forever. I mean, if supposing somebody had just made a journey that day, perhaps they would have been interested in describing the details of it to me, because I would have been very interested to learn about those details. For some reason, they did not have any idea that this was even a slight possibility. Okay, well, there are other kinds of black people who do not have money or have very little money. And I can tell you that these other kinds of black people in America, in American cities, in ghettos, well, guess what? Again, I condemn jobs. Jobs are stupid. Jobs are not necessary in maintaining an ecologically sound environment. Jobs are stupid. They hurt the planet. They do not help it. Okay, let me make that clear. Now, the blacks who do not have money or have very little money, who are not like the people living inside of a bus, well, take the most extreme comparison in similarity. Suppose even one of them were to sleep on the grass. That might be kind of pleasant. Just procure yourself a blanket, sir, and don't carry it around with shame. Okay, but I can tell you just today, I was encountering who knows how many blacks talking, whether I was walking or sitting at the library, discussing things discussing ideas. These blacks who complain about being impoverished, in their own words, are ready to discuss ideas with you of whatever sort. They are different than the people at the bus. This particular bus, not a bus stop. I want to make that very clear. I use the bus. It's a good service. Okay, well, I think I've made my point. Um, you can really engage anyone in conversation. Oh, and by the way, as far as taciturnity goes, I would compare many of you whites to this gentleman at the bus that refused the potato. A lot of you whites, especially you young ones, who are very insecure for some reason. You are paranoid and you have a severe difficulty in making public conversation, and this disappoints me a great deal. Okay, well, we're done. Again, infinite minute, knowledge, opinion, vitality. I hope this stimulated you. Goodbye.